你们好吗 Good afternoon. How's everyone? 皆さん、こんにちは。お元気ですか Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están ustedes? I just greeted you with the 4 languages that I speak. I'm from China. I'm a Mandarin teacher. I speak 4 languages: Chinese, English, Japanese, and Spanish. I did a bachelor's degree in Japanese and a master's degree in English. Then I learned Spanish on my own, and then I worked in Costa Rica for 2 years as a Mandarin teacher. So, as you can tell, my life is pretty much connected to languages. How many of you here are learning a second or even a third language? Wow, I'm talking to the right audience. How many of you think that learning languages are hard as rocket science? Well, not me. Today, I want to share with you 4 quick clues that have worked very well in my language acquisition. Okay? So, language is the ability that we are born with. We're born with this talent, but we're not making the most use of it. What separates us from animals are languages, but we're not really making the most use of it. So, today, I want us to celebrate languages, celebrate cultures. 4 quick clues. First, learn like a toddler. Use it from day 1. You can never learn how to swim in a classroom. You have to jump in the pool and do it. You can never learn how to drive by reading a menu. You have to get in the car and drive. Same with languages. You can never master a language if you don't use it outside of your classroom. You can never master a language if you don't use it as a tool of communication. I learned Spanish on my own by using it from day 1. The minute I learned "Hola, ¿cómo estás?", I would use it to any Spanish speaker that I know until I have that sentence etched in my brain. Some people say that they'll feel more comfortable and they'll wait until they're more fluent to use the language and to talk with its native speakers. But you will never be fluent if you don't start using it from day 1. Think of how a baby learns. A baby would never wait until he's fluent to talk with his parents. A baby murmurs and uses the language from day 1. A baby is never daunted. So, learn like a baby. Use it from day 1. If the only word you know in Mandarin is 你好, then use it. Use it, it will become a part of you. The second clue, use authentic materials. What textbook do you recommend? It's a question I get asked a lot. To be honest, personally, I think traditional textbooks sometimes are disconnected with real life. So I prefer to learn from authentic materials. What I mean by authentic materials are books, movies, music, flyers, websites, TED Talks. I love watching TED Talks. I started watching it about 8 years ago. I first started it because I love the multiple subtitles that TED offered. They helped me so much in my listening comprehension and my writing. When I first hear a talk, I would turn off the subtitle. And then I would go back to where I didn't understand and turn on the subtitle and write the new expressions I just learned in my TED book. Yes, you heard that right. I have a few TED books. This is one of them, which contains 50 talks that I enjoy. I have TED books in English, I have TED Talks in Spanish, I have TED books in Japanese. Personally, I think I learned so much more from authentic materials. Here are some examples. So, in the textbooks, the only way I learned American currency is dollar. But here, people would say buck, $10. In the textbook, I they would say, I'll see you at 5-ish. The first time I hear from the movie, I made a mean banana bread. I was like, what is a mean banana bread? A banana bread that's not very friendly, not very nice. Then I learned it's just a very authentic way. So, I encourage all of you to use authentic materials. I'm not saying that textbooks are not good at all. I'm just saying textbooks are not enough. You need up-to-date materials to make your language sound more natural. The third clue, think in foreign languages. So languages are very different. If you speak more than 2 languages, you know it. If you translate a foreign language in the same order of your mother language, it would always come out wrong. Here's an example of saying I love you in the 4 languages that I speak. 我爱你, I love you. 私は君を愛してる, te amo. Think of how different they are in order, even if it's just a small, simple sentence. Think of how much more they would be, how much more different they would be with longer and complicated sentence. In Spanish, it's not I love you, it's you I love, te amo. So, don't translate literally. Forget about your mother language when you are learning another language. Train your brain to think in foreign languages by using from day one and immerse yourself with authentic materials. Last but not least, language and cultural exchange. So some people say that you can only master language if you live in a country where the language is spoken. That is to say, you can only master Chinese in China, Japanese in Japan. This is not true. I've seen people who have never gone out of their own country but speak very fluent languages, foreign languages. So, for people who cannot study abroad, here is the solution: language and cultural exchange. When I was doing my master's degree in Tianjin, China, I really wanted to learn Spanish. But I couldn't afford to study in Latin America or Spain at that time. Just couldn't afford it as a student. What did I do? Language and cultural exchange. I made friends with all the Spanish speakers in my school. Some of my best friends were from Barcelona, Spain. One of them is Christina. We hang out every day together. We would eat together, we would study together, we would cook together. She would read me fairy tales in Spanish. She would correct my pronunciation. We would do everything together. We're like sisters. We also celebrate all the Western holidays together. Navidad, Nochebuena, Dia de los Reyes, Año Nuevo. We also celebrated Chinese New Year together. I even took some of my Spanish friends on a 36-hour train ride in China to see my hometown Sichuan, to visit pandas and see the biggest Budista in the world. They would always cook Spanish food for me. I always cook Chinese for them. We'll drink coffee together. I also bring them to Chinese tea shop to taste different kinds of tea. We did not just exchange languages. We exchange our cultures. So, after this talk, I challenge all of you to use the 4 quick clues. First, learn like a toddler, use it from day 1. 2, use authentic materials. 3, think in foreign languages. Forget about your own language. 4, language and cultural exchange. Actually, I challenge all of you to find a language friend right here, right now. Learn each other's languages. Celebrate each other's holidays, cultures, together. Let language take you across the world. 让语言带你走向世界.新しい言葉とともに世界へ飛び出そう. Deja que los idiomas te lleven al mundo. Gracias.